Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project365, episode 109. Stop by the F&T team course here just to brush up on a little rock tape stuff, and met into my man right here, Stop Chasing Pain guy. If you guys don't know who he is, this is Perry Nicholson. He has, what's your blog at now? Like 400,000 viewers or something for his podcast. He's somebody I looked up to for a long time, so I'm just glad that we got to do some work together. Anyway, as I'm going through all this stuff, he talks about subsystems a lot and how the diaphragm and the core could cause you to recruit different musculature. And one of the really interesting things I thought he talked about was how core or diaphragm inhibition or restriction could cause adductor activation. And I just wanted him to come and talk a little bit about that real quick. So,
well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. But very
absolutely.
Yeah, one thing we covered today was how important the diaphragm is to central core stability. It's part of what we call intra-abdominal pressure, IAP. And if you have a dysfunction in that system, the diaphragm is a big part of it. So when people do a movement like a squat, one of the things that they'll do to cheat because they don't have the stability here is that the adductors and the knees will come in.
Right.
So they'll cave in because they're trying to get stable to accomplish the movement. So what we do is we go work with the diaphragm to release the diaphragm, and then we recheck the squat, and we usually, ideally, if it's a relationship that's there, you'll notice an improvement where the adductors don't come in.
So we'll show you the first one. What we were talking about is how many of you guys out there have seen the people that squat and they kind of do like one of these things, right? And they'll get stuck, their butt will stay up high in the air, they never really get that posterior shift because their knees come in and their pelvis can't pass through. And it's because they have this adductor activation, right? So let's go ahead and we'll do that.
So we'll walk you through on how to. So it's a great way that you can self-release your own diaphragm. And when we do that, go ahead.
Well, what is the diaphragm, by the way, real quick, guys? It's the top of the roof of your pelvic or core area. It's a muscle that's related or attached from basically up right underneath your rib cage. As it contracts, it draws down, bringing air into your lungs. But it's a big fascial cap that kind of separates, how else would you say it, the core, so to speak, the roof or the core.
Yeah, so it's the top of the dome, and then you have the bottom here with your pelvic floor, and then the rest of what we call the cylinder is your transverse abdominis and the small muscles in your lower back.
Cool.
Okay? So
all right, cool.
The diaphragm is the biggest player that you can make an effect on. So when we do that, we want to be in a seated position with your feet on the ground, and then you're going to use your own fingers. So you're going to make it like a knife edge here, so your thumbs cross over, right? And then you're going to bring it up underneath, so you're going to be outside where your abs are here, right on the outside.
God knows mine are humongous, so I'm going to have to go over here.
You got like a 12-pack, bro.
12-pack.
Right? So
that's
you're right up underneath the prominent part of the rib cage. And you're going to bend your wrist here like this, and you're going to start to lean forward so your body weight rests on your wrist, okay? So the pressure from the hand is not going to go straight back, but it's going to go up, diagonally up, towards where your heart is, really. So what you're going to do is you're going to breathe in and try to expand out your stomach. Then as you exhale, you lean into your fingers and you push your fingers up and back, okay?
So I feel like I'm trying to scrape the backside of my ribs here, guys.
Right. And then you keep it there, maintain your hand position, and you're going to do another breath in, out, lean further in, press further back. One side may be more tender than the other. If it's really tender, then you just relax and don't go any further. And then you're going to do it one more time. Breathe in, exhale, lean in further, push in further. And on the last one, you're going to do a scooping motion where you just pull your fingers down towards your groin like this. So it's going to look like that. Oh. So that's going to begin to pull the diaphragm down. So that relaxes the diaphragm, which is usually really overworking. Depending on like a core reset, you'll automatically feel a little bit more freedom, right? It's like a release.
That scoop, guys, went down and out like that, but when I was bent over.
Yeah, cool. So it's going to be that kind of motion. And then what you would do is stand up and reattempt your squat. And what you're looking for is that you don't curl in as much and your knees don't come in as much, so you feel more stable. Stable is the word we're looking for.
Awesome. Guys, that's what we're doing today, and that's what we're trying to do every day. Something to try to optimize function, to optimize performance. Thank you so much. And thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.